This man is going to kill himself. He wanted to get hit by a car. It was an ambulance that hit him. He wants the Sofoga. I just drank it and then I threw up. He tried to poison himself with car exhaust. The car broke down as a result. He threw the electric toaster in the water again. The result is a direct short circuit. This is the man who has been blackened by death. As a young man, he saw his parents die at the piano, and I've been alone ever since. Growing up, Mike felt life was meaningless, trying to end it, but it always ends in failure. The day Mike, who was not reconciled, came to the bridge, ready to jump into the river, a mysterious man came up and handed him a business card. Said, if you don't have the courage to kill yourself, you can contact me. But as soon as the mystery man left, he jumped, ended up on a yacht. He didn't die. Desperate Mike finds the card the mystery man gave him. He's a killer. He had a whim. Since suicide is impossible, then hire a killer to kill himself. He called and made an appointment with the killer. Only when we met, we found out the killer was an old man. The killer produced a manual. Let him choose a death package. Mike looks at a luxury package called Death of a Hero. Killers create accidents. Let Mike save a child. And then he died peacefully in the admiration of the beautiful nurse. He will be applauded by that melon-eating crowd. But he only had 2,000 in his pocket. The killer smiled contemptuously, turned to the last page, and said it was just in time for the killer union promotion. I'll kill you with a barrage on a cheap price. Fast and painless. Mike agreed. The two signed the contract happily. Promise a full refund for 1 week.
You seem like a decent man. I'm very happy to kill you.
I'm very happy to die.
Mike gave the money to the killer union, and the killer used Mike's performance. Finally reached the performance and grade line. If it weren't for Mike, he will be forced to retire next week. Day 2. He got a call from the publishing house. Said his book on suicide was wonderful. Wanted to talk to him about publishing. Mike was happy to keep his appointment. He was received by Ali, the editor of the publishing house. The boss came in a few minutes. A couple of people are talking. Mike saw the pen drop. He bent down to pick up the pen. Suddenly the boss next to him gets his head blown off. The old man began to execute the contract. Saw you kill the wrong person. The old man hastened to catch a shot. The waiter took another shot at Mike. The man paid a killer to kill himself, but the killer is an old man. He wants to blow Mike's head off from a distance. Painless fast, but his hands trembled with age. 2 shots in a row killed a passer-by. AE pulled Michaela down under the table. The old man had to leave the scene. Day 2. Ally comes to Mike's house. Mike told her the truth. I think it was me who was killed yesterday. He hired a killer to kill himself. As a result, the killer's business skills are poor and killed the boss and the waiter by mistake. Ellie's 3 sights were shattered. You have to hire people for this suicide thing. Allie suggested that Mike cancel the order. Mike calls the old man, and I heard a cell phone ring. Mike opened the door, found the old man right outside the door.
Hello.
Hello?
How are you?
Yes, I'm fine. You?
Good. Thank you.
After the two have finished learning English, Mike said he wanted to cancel the order. How can the old man hear this? That's all we need to do. He's going to kill Mike with a gun. Mike pulled Ally on the run. The old man came after him, and then he killed a traffic cop. The old man was extremely depressed. I didn't think it was so hard to kill a suicidal person. When he disposed of the body, the Hitman Guild took him back. The union president says he's old now, not only bottom of the heap, and caused so much trouble. He took out a small clock, trying to retire the old man, but the old man didn't want to leave the business he loved. The old man said he would meet the deadline, say and turn and leave. After the old man has gone, the president set up a new mission for a bald man. Ally and Mike run back to the country. The two talked happily, found very congenial. Feelings are warming up. The spark of love came out. The next day, the two came to the edge of the cliff, but they just looked out into the distance. At the moment, Mike's heart had given up on suicide because he found a point in living. But when they get home, the old man has been waiting a long time. The old man raised a gun to kill Mike, and then suddenly the phone rings.
Hello, sweetheart.
The wife said the house was stolen. Beloved parrots were brutally murdered. The old man knew it had to be the killer union, but his priority now is to fulfill the order. He raised his gun again. With a snap, the old man fell to the ground. It turns out, it's the union's bald head. Then he pointed a gun at Mike, gave him another gun. Let him kill himself, so we can make it look like Mike killed the old man, and then commit suicide for fear of guilt. If Mike didn't kill himself, the bald head will kill Ally first. There's no way. Mike had to do it. But suddenly the old man had a knife in his back, took out the bald head. Turns out the old man just got his ear broken. Is the shooter so bad at shooting? The old man saves Mike on his front foot, but then he raised his gun. Then Ally said, the old man was just trying to get things done. Then who's not to kill? Now the bald head is dead. We can sign a new contract. Let's just say we hired you to take out the bald head. That way you can deliver results. There's nothing wrong with the old man thinking about it. So the three reached an agreement, signed the contract, dispose of the body. The old man came home, gave his wife a big hug. He finished the work at last. But at night, the president came to visit, still holding the clock. He still wants the old man to retire. The two men were at daggers drawn. At the critical moment, his wife came over with a pillow. She's going to give her pillow to the president. She said it was a pair of turtle doves she had embroidered. This kind of bird is single-minded. There's only one partner in life. If one of them dies, the other side won't be alone. This is a cue to your wife. If he dies, He won't be alone. Then she put away the clock from the president. For the wife, the old man finally gave in. He promised to retire. The president was relieved. 2. After giving his blessing, he turned and left.
On the other side, Mike and Allie had a sweet day.
That day Mike saw a boy pick up a ball on the road. The car came at a gallop. Mike pushed the boy away, and he was blown away. He lay still on the ground. Let Ally lean on him, enjoying the applause of passers-by. That's what he always wanted to experience. Death of a hero. Now, he died without success, but I felt what it meant to be alive.